Blickling Hall in the County of Norfolk, a terrible apparition appears on the anniversary of the execution of Queen Anne Boleyn. A ghostly carriage of 4 black spectral horses, commanded by a headless horseman, moves swiftly and silently along the drive towards the hall. Within the carriage sits the tragic queen, her white dress stained with the blood that drips from her severed head, which she holds in her lap.
Once at the hall, some accounts say the vision disappears. Others recall seeing Anne's ghost step down from the carriage. With her dripping head tucked under her arm, she glides into the hall, where she spends until sunrise roaming from room to room.
Blickling Hall is a Jacobean stately home built in 1666 on the ruins of a medieval Tudor house. The house belonged to Anne's father, Sir Thomas Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, had failed to give her husband a son and male heir. In April 1536, Henry had Anne investigated for high treason. The charges against her included adultery, incest, and plotting to kill the king. On the 2nd of May, she was arrested and sent to the Tower of London, where she was tried before a jury of peers, including Henry Percy, her former betrothed, and her uncle, Thomas Howard, the 3rd Duke of Norfolk. Modern historians view the charges against her as unconvincing.
She was convicted on the 15th of May and beheaded 4 days later. It is said that the French executioner raised his sword at the Tower of London. His aim was so true that the Queen's head fell with a single blow, her eyes and lips still moving as the head landed on straw.
Legend says that when the news of Anne's death reached Blickling Hall in 1536, 4 headless horses were seen dragging the body of a headless man across Norfolk. The man is said to be George Boleyn, Anne's brother. He was also executed by Henry VIII 2 days before his sister on similar crimes.
Anne's father, Sir Thomas Boleyn, is also said to haunt Norfolk in the area around Blickling, having been cursed for taking no action to prevent his 2 children being executed by Henry VIII. Each year, his ghost has to attempt to cross 12 bridges before cockcrow. His frantic route takes him from Blickling to Aylsham, Burr, Buxton, Coltishall, Mayton, Oxnead and Wroxham.
As well as that, Sir Thomas Boleyn's ghost also does battle with a fellow knight, Sir Thomas Paston. This takes place outside St Andrew and St Peter's Church in Blowfield. The manor of Blowfield was given to Thomas Paston in 1541 as a reward for good service by King Henry VIII. The 2 ghosts duel fiercely with burning swords as Anne Boleyn watches from her carriage, her headless horses straining to get away. This battle carries on along the rural path running between Blowfield Church and St Michael's at Bradeston.
Anne Boleyn was buried in an unmarked grave in the chapel of St Peter ad Vincula, which is situated within the tower's inner ward. Her skeleton was identified during the renovations of the chapel in 1876, and Anne's grave is now identified on the marble floor.
Anne's ghost also appears to haunt the Tower of London. In 1864, Captain J.D. Dundas was billeted in the Tower of London. As he was looking out of the window of his quarters, he noticed a guard below in the courtyard behaving strangely. This was in front of the lodgings where Anne had been imprisoned.
He appeared to challenge something which looked like a whitish female figure sliding towards the soldier. The guard charged through the form with his bayonet, then fainted. Only the captain's testimony and corroboration at the court-martial saved the guard from a lengthy prison sentence for having fainted while on duty.
One legend says that Anne Boleyn was secretly buried in Sowell Church in Norfolk under a black slab near the tombs of her ancestors. Anne's ghostly presence has reportedly been seen here a number of times.
Another states that her heart, at her request, was buried at Orwitton Church, Suffolk, by her uncle, Sir Philip Parker.
Anne Boleyn's ghost has also been seen at Hever Castle in Kent. This is where she spent her early youth after her father, Thomas Boleyn, inherited it in 1505.
Anne's ghost has also been sighted at Marwell Hall in Hampshire, where Jane Seymour and Henry VIII walked while they were planning their wedding.
Special thanks to Donna from the channel It's Art by Donna M for organising this wonderful Halloween artwork collaboration.
There are 13 amazing artists doing very different artwork. Please kindly support all the artists involved in this wonderful collaboration.
Special thanks to Nina Artlife. If you're watching the premiere, she introduced us.
And coming up next is The Morning Pour with Holly.
Also in this collaboration are Camille Amoy Art,
It's Art by Donna M,
Kim's Creations,
Matilda and Josephine,
Oak by Bettina,
Cynthia Porter Studio,
Laurie Houston Art,
Hema Art,
JB Poor Art,
Artista Rushi.
Acrylic Creations by Jay Whitty. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to us on YouTube.